Hey guys, this is Udit, and today we will be discussing forms in HTML. So forms in HTML is very simple to understand. So suppose there is, I have created a component called contact us. So in every website, no, this is just a simple example. At the bottom, you will see a contact us page, something like contact us, get in touch. So here, what we do, forms are basically used to submit information in the backend to be more 99% of the cases it will be used for submitting information in the backend. So forms are basically, it will have a label, and it will have a field where we will enter data, and there will be a button to submit it. It's as simple as that. So how to create a form in HTML? Or because HTML form is basically, the backbone of the forms in any framework, whether it is um, any framework, we Django or anything, Jinja template, anything, HTML is the only thing we use. So if you understand, because browser, the core language of browser is HTML. So how we do it is like, this is the form tag we use. So since I have written it into React, so it is not uh, valid in all the other framework. But I will tell you how it is. Like, the form tag is HTML tag, which is used to say that this is a form. So inside a form tag we have a label, and this label is the name, which is like full name. Then there is the input is basically the box. So there are several, you can go to W3 schools and check what are things are there into forms. So there is input is there is checkbox is there, so there are n number of input, you can go and check. So, or else in our mega project, which will be a e-commerce website for selling digital products, a digital platform, you guys can check it. So I have given the type text, id, name as name, value as name. So the type is text, which means that it can take text. If there is an email, if this type is an email, then what it says that it is kind of a validation. Like if we don't provide an email, it will raise an error. It will raise a message. It will prevent it from submitting. So same is with input this thing. I wanted to show a very important thing, which is called min length this thing. This is a pattern validation. This is not a pattern validation, but kind of a validation into a form. The same other things are similar to the above, but this is the thing. So in this we are using text area. Text area is a big box rather than the input box. Here there is min length 20. So this is a validation. If we enter less than 20, it will stop to submit. And this is a button which is our submit message, which we click, it will submit the form. So this is the thing. So let me go to the document and let me share you something nice. Okay, yeah. So the HTML attributes which is required, the first one is required. Required means it is input text required, which is a very much important to fill, which means that this particular field requires to be filled. So this type is input type email. So this is for, if type is email, then general input changes the expected format and triggers a specific browser validation rule. So a specific browser validation rule means browser will validate it for an email. Whatever rules are there for the browser to validate, it will do it. Pattern is a regex, which I haven't provided in example, but you can go and check. It means that it will provide a pattern, and it will raise an error if it fails. Min max, I have given a min equal to 20, max min equal to 20, which means 20 character to input in the text area, like I have showed. Want to see again? So this is min length 20. So this is what it is pointing at. Sorry, min length it is pointing at. This is for sets minimum acceptable number. Okay, so this is just for the number. Like suppose age, you cannot enter -2, -3, so we can change that. This is the input length, the length we can enter into the text area. So suppose I go and, so this is the thing. If I do 20 and please, so I have mentioned it required, so that's why it's asking. Suppose I filled it with it. Suppose I see, it will just please lengthen the character to 20 characters or more. So this is the html5 validation which I am talking about. The required, I also showed that, suppose this is a required field, required field means I have added required here in email in this thing. So this is what I am talking about: HTML form and validation, HTML5 validation, and how to do it in React. Not just React, in any other platform, in any other framework also it will work in exactly similar way. And I'll have to just confirm in few other framework, but React it works. So see, this is 20. If I don't enter it, it will first start checking from the first thing. So see, please enter please fill this field. So suppose I fill it, this one is also required. So I'm just giving you an idea. I have in this particular text I have mentioned what all things are there. No validate is there. Form no validate is also there. Custom element web components. So this is for the sliders, 5-star slider key benefits. So, and along with it, it provides the form data also. The HTML5 form, which means that so if this is the form actually. So what I mean to say is that the form data which you have collected here, you have to send this data to backend. So here when we do a submit message, so this particular data which I am highlighting in console here, this will go into the backend. I am just logging it here. So that is the main aim. So how we will send it? So it provides a form data API which makes it easier to manage this data or manipulate this data. And that form data API they are talking about here, new form data API, my form, and then we can use it to send it to wherever possible. So this is how the HTML form works. In the example they have, I have added exactly same thing I have did in my code also. The only thing missing is this particular thing where they are making an header, converting into response.json and then sending it somewhere else. Fetch API login. So this is a post request they are making to this particular API route, api.login for this. But this is my contact us form. But I'm just telling that this particular piece of code we can enter here in handle submit. In handle submit I am doing the same thing, prevent default. This is for preventing resubmitting of the form. So please keep that in mind. Prevent default is basically used for prevent the default behavior of form submission, and so that React can take over it and do the necessary action. And then here I am just logging the content, and rather than logging the content, what I have to do, I have to just add this particular piece of code to send this content to backend. So this I haven't added. So I beg your pardon, I said prevent not just re-rendering resubmitting, but prevent the default browser from submission. So this particular thing, so it basically prevent this you will see in every React code. And this what it does, it stops from page reload and default browser form submission. So it prevents that, so which is very much important. Otherwise page will reload and all the data will be lost. So this is a very important line. And here again we will write the code to send the simple client to set the code to the backend, which I showed here. I will put it in put that particular thing in React series. So here we are stringifying the values. Values means the data which we got, and then we are doing response.json, and then we can send it wherever required, which is this await, fetch, or and send. So this is the sending logic. We will send the network logic, but that is not required in this video. I only wanted to show you the form, how to write a form in HTML. And this HTML4 is basically only used in React. Here we only use form, but required and all the other things are exactly same. And this is a controlled component in React, which we will discuss in detail in React only. But the thing is that about the form, the important things, the name, the type, all those things, rows, min length, these all things are HTML5 things. And guys, please stay connected for more updates. So this was HTML5 form, and hopefully you will find it